Well, good morning, everybody. We're going to be doing morning workout time with Rebecca. Let's go. I'm in my swimsuit because it's like, hey, I didn't get to go to the beach. Okay, we need to go to the beach. I need to do IRL stream. We can do workouts at the beach and, stuff like that. But I finally found my bikini bottom, like in SpongeBob. I finally found my bikini bottom. So it's like I can actually finally wear my bikini. Yay, yay, wearing bikini time. I actually never get to wear this thing because I don't really go out in public. I got a thing. It's like to step up. We're going to be doing step ups. It's like a staircase. And I also got a kettlebell. And let's just keep chat over here. Okay, I also got a kettlebell. This thing is super compact. It's only 15 pounds. You don't need to be lifting like 500 pounds, okay? Like, you just lift it up, okay? There's all sorts of workouts. Do the thing where you swing it. This is like the main one. You do the thing where you swing it, okay? Like, this is really good for your back and your core. Just doing like 15 minutes a day. We're going to be doing we're going to try to spread out this workout across a couple of hours and in between chatting. So we just did some of the kettlebell. And that it's 15 pounds. It's actually doesn't sound like a lot, but actually pretty damn heavy. Pretty damn heavy. Although you get used to it over time, you can just increase your reps. Okay, you don't need to go to crazy lengths.
rebeccaloran said yes.
Yes, not test. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'm having my oatmeal. I just had my spirulina drink. Actually, that was like 2 hours ago. Might need to make another one. So we're gonna get happy and healthy, and we have plenty of stuff to talk about, of course.
_00 said hi, Rebecca.
Hi, how you doing? We're just getting ready for we're already working out. See, this is how easy working out is. Like, literally, I'm just eating my oatmeal, chatting with you, and already getting my heart rate up. Okay, there's a couple different things you can do. Step up, step down, turn around. 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 And we're like, that's like a good little circuit. And you do that like, 10 to 12 times, and suddenly you got a daily workout. Maybe 30 times. And we're all set up for success. We're set up for success. You just have to keep doing a little bit at a time. Basically, staircase climbing is probably one of the best things you can do, especially if you have like a step stool. You just step up and step down and get your heart rate up, and it works your calves and all those kind of things. Now, I am eventually going to get a lot healthier. You can see I got a little pooch here.
Restreetbot said YouTube. Thai flight well, good afternoon.
Hi, how you doing? Good afternoon. It's like
Tosh _ said oh damn.
It's like 11:19 right here.
_00 said today a brothel.
Brothel? I mean, I need some hoes in here, okay? Like, where the hoes at?
Tosh _ said how's it going?
It's going good. We're just getting our morning workout. I also got a kettlebell. So if you have one of these things, You can follow along with me. It's so small. This is really all you need for a full gym. I know people spend like hundreds or thousands of dollars on home gyms. You just need a kettlebell and you need a step stool. That's all you need. You can spend like $30 and you have a complete full body workout every single day. Like everybody spends so much money on home gyms, and like really all you need to do is just do the work. They call it workout for a reason, right? Like it's called working out because you work. You can't just replace work with money, okay? Like it doesn't work that way. You could spend money on gyms. If it gets you motivated, then do it. And if you have the money to do it, obviously. If you get motivated by, hey,
Underscore OO said good shopping.
yeah, I mean, you got to save money. So a lot of people, they'll spend thousands of dollars on a home gym and then they never use it. Everything's all dusty. They got all these weights in the garage. They got all these like different like Bowflexes and shit. Just get a kettlebell. You can also get them in increased weights if you're trying to build bulk. Because you won't get hypertrophy if you stay like below like 25 pounds. This is 15 pounds, cast iron. Okay, this thing is awesome. I just got it today and I'm just going to commit to 15 to 30 minutes a day of like, there's a full circuit I do. I haven't done the whole circuit yet, but we're just, like you just take a little bit of time. You just spend a little bit of like, today I'm going to just get used to using it. It's like D&D. Okay, it's like D&D. You have to attune yourself. So just by showing up and having the object, you're like attuning your mind that this is something that I'm going to be doing, and then you gradually level it up. That's how fitness works. A lot of people try to do too much too fast, but if you're not attuned to the object, you're not going to be able to cast the fireball spell. Okay, so you need to be able to spend time with the object, and then you know how to use it. You know all the arcane magic. Okay, like you have to be able to understand what the object is. And so for just spending a little bit of time like just getting used to the routine, like, hey, like I can step up and step down, like do a bunch of those and then take a rest. I'm still finishing my oatmeal, so we got plenty of time. We don't have to do it all at once. A lot of people, it's actually probably better if you do smaller sessions across the day, because then what happens is then you're spreading things across and you're working out and then you're resting, then you're working out, then you're resting. Like that's actually probably one of the best things there is. As far as like aerobic exercise goes, you probably want to do a 40-minute stretch. I don't actually know if that's been backed up. That used to be research. Maybe it's changed. I don't actually know exactly what the most up-to-date research is, but basically, if you're not, what I understand is that it's the same thing if you split it up than if you do it all at once. But I was generally understanding that you're supposed to do aerobic exercise, like walking or bicycling or running. You should do that all in like at least 40 minutes to keep your heart rate up and to keep it up. Like, but there's also something to be said about circuit training or whatever. What is it? Like you have like a resting heart rate and then you get it up and then you go back down and you maintain it. They do that when you're like cycling. You actually get a lot more out of your cycling if you kind of go at a slow pace and then you hit it really hard for like 30 seconds and then you spend like 5 minutes at a slower pace and then you hit it really hard for 30 seconds. And it's like you just keep going, like you go up and then down and then up and then down. That's actually probably like one of the best things you can do. And it's like, there's a lot of research on fitness, okay? Like there's a lot of research. People have been trying to push the human body all the way to the top for a very long time. Especially with like competitive sports, okay? And even amateur sports like the Olympics. Pushing the human body to the ultimate limits. I got some...
Said YouTube. Thai fly got it. Get it up. Hit it hard. Back off. And hit it hard again.
Yeah. Gotta hit it hard, okay? Gotta hit it hard. Hit it hard. And then back off. And then hit it hard. Yeah, Ty likes to hit it, okay? I got a little bit of like love handles going on. I'm not gonna lie. I have been really out of shape lately. Like, I got this like pooch thing going. Like a little bit of fat at the abdomen's fine. Like that's normal. Like that's, but I'm not going to be able to get pregnant. So, I don't need that. But at the same time, it is very feminine, but it's a little bit too much for me. Like need to like work this core. Okay. Like everything's a little bit flabby because I haven't really been super active, but that's why we're getting back in the habit. Like Whoopi Goldberg, back in the habit. Okay, so we're going to be getting back in the habit. I'm going to start working with the kettlebell. I already did 10 goblet squats. Basically, you want to do a circuit. You do like the goblet squats, then you do and I did some swings too. And you can do them like for 30 seconds each. And your goal is to do like 15 minutes. In the end, you want to be able to do 15 minutes without stopping. You just do one exercise, you go straight into the next one. But you could just do it and then do 30 seconds of rest and then do the next one, then do 30 seconds of rest, then do the next one, then do 30 seconds of rest. I'm going to need some more healthy drink, okay? We're working out today. I need that extra boost. Okay, we need some spirulina. It's like algae. Okay, and that is going to carry us pretty far today. And I got some guarana for caffeine. And caffeine helps you like push harder. We got L-theanine, which kind of helps you like kind of stabilize your mood a bit, which will kind of counteract the caffeine a little bit. And we got some electrolytes, which will help us utilize our water better, as well as it'll also be helping our muscles recover. So, stay hydrated. Basically, you need electrolytes to push the water in between your cells. It's like a bouncer, okay? Like, you got to have the water. You drink plenty of water, obviously. Like, nothing's going to substitute drinking water. Okay, but you're going to be drinking so much water, but it doesn't really have an efficiency of, like, you need to be able to, the electrolytes like sodium and magnesium and like potassium, and this also has vitamin C. So this has vitamin C, vitamin B6, vitamin B12, calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium. And when you have those in your system, every time you drink water, pure water, the power of water. Okay, we're not doing that cataclysm dungeon, okay? Okay, the power of pure water is not what we're talking about. We're trying to get water. It's about 1.5 cups of coffee right there. When you drink water with electrolytes, the water is able to pass between all the cells in your body. Perfect cell. Okay, this is Dragon Ball Z. You basically want to be perfect cell, okay? Perfect cell, except for the ego, knew what was up. He wanted to be perfect. And so he was perfect because he had electrolytes. Okay? That's what made him perfect. Okay, the electrolytes are what did it. I'm not used to wearing a bikini, so bear with me. I hope I don't flash anything. I'm not used to wearing a bikini on stream or at all, actually. So I'm less self-conscious about my body this past year. Probably because something doesn't need to be tucked in anymore. Probably, I would guess. I would guess that's why. Because I don't have to tuck something in anymore, and so now I feel a lot less self-conscious about my body. I actually feel like I can function.
YouTube. Type like well, we hope you do well.
Of course you guys do. Okay, yeah, I don't want to spill that on my boobage. Okay, so I know I have small boobs. Okay, but they're mine. They're small, but they're mine. Okay, and they're eventually I'm gonna be able to afford the $3,000 Eve bra system, or at least finance it, and then spend 6 months and go up a full cup size. That would be awesome. But until then, I have to be on the itty bitty titty committee, and they're still going to be pretty small. It's just like a cup size is pretty modest, don't you think? It's not too big. I don't think having big old fucking titties even matches my body. Like you have to have aesthetics that like match the whole thing. You can't just like slap tits on someone. Your body has like a natural flow to it, and I have smaller breasts, it kind of matches my body. Now they could be a little bit bigger because it's a little too small. But if it was like a little bit bigger, like it would kind of fill out more. Like there's like a shape to my body, right? There's a shape to everyone's body. And so if you look at yourself in the mirror, first of all, I want you to be able to look in the mirror and feel the same way I do. You look different than me, yeah. Like you, especially if you're a man. You look different than me. And so when you look in the mirror, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I'm sexy, then you still have work to do. And I want to cheer you on, because I want everyone to be able to feel what I feel. When you look in the mirror and you're like checking yourself out and you're like, damn, that's what I want you to be. Okay. Like if you feel like, oh fuck, I'm fat or I'm ugly or some shit. Well, that is not normal. I mean, it is, because a lot of people feel that way, but it's not where you should be. You should be loving your body, and you have to do whatever it takes. It might be something simple like changing your diet. It might be something like, hey, like, maybe I should, do my hair different, or, wear a goatee, or, like something that makes you feel good about your body. Maybe eat healthier, maybe start working out. And that's why we're doing fitness. Okay, you want to do fitness every single day, and you can kind of like, I'm not hiding my body. Okay, it's not perfect. I'm trying to show like there are imperfections, but you can have imperfections and love your body. That's what self-love is. That's what body acceptance is. It's not saying, oh, you can just be fat as you want and like, and you should be accepted as beautiful. No, it's about accepting yourself. You should be able to look at yourself and say, you know what? I'm not perfect, but I'm getting there. I'm getting to where I need to be. And, there's going to be imperfections. I got like little stretch marks. I got like some weird fat. But like it's the imperfections that make us who we are. And you could always make like, slight changes. Okay, so like, now I can't do naked streams on Twitch. I don't know if you can do naked streams on YouTube. You can do naked yoga, but I think that only applies to videos, because it has to be marked as 18 plus. So I don't think they can do that with live streams. Ideally, I would be nude, so you could see my whole body. But I mean, I'm pretty much showing all the important parts. You don't need to see my genitals, okay? Like, okay, like I'm going to be real here. You don't need to see those in order to see like, the stuff that like happens when you do fitness. Ideally, you can see the full spectrum of the human body, so you know like what muscles are being worked, and pretty much you can see all the muscles that are being worked. I mean, I'm not working my tit muscles. I mean, I might, but like you can see the pectoral. You don't need to see my nipples, okay? Like you don't need to see my cooch, okay? You don't need to see my butthole in order to understand like the muscles that are happening, okay? And we're going to get strong, and strong doesn't mean big. Strong doesn't, doesn't always mean like looking buff. Okay, if that's what you want, especially usually it's men, but women like to look like that too. There's a thing called hypertrophy, which is basically you want to do anaerobic exercise with heavy weights, and you do less reps. And then what you do is you increase your daily caloric intake to like go above what you're spending, and then you basically all that extra energy is going into your muscles, and they get bigger and bigger, and then you turn into a big Hulk. Okay, but not everyone wants that. I kind of want to look like like slim and like kind of lithe. I guess lithe rather than slim. Lithe is like basically like you got some meat to you, but you're all like kind of compact, right? So like I would say I have a lithe body. Like I'm strong, but I'm not bulky. Yeah, I got some shoulder issues, but I'm working on those. And I even got like a meridian pen, which does like electric pulses. And I started doing that yesterday. I'm doing it in my face. It helps with circulation. And so like you can put it on different pressure points instead of like the needles. You know how people use acupuncture needles? This is like acupuncture, but with electricity. You put like a little battery in there, and it gives like a little teeny tiny electric pulse that activates like, your nerves, and everything starts twitching, which is good. Your body, your nervous system is pretty much it's pulsing electricity 24 hours a day. And so when you like get like a meridian pen, basically, you put it at different pressure points and stuff starts to twitch, and it increases circulation, which increases healing, and it also releases some endorphins, which make you kind of it's a pain reliever, and it's also makes you feel good. And I need a lot of that because I don't feel so good. I am, stuck in here in this trailer. We're going to work with what we got. Show us what you got. But we're working on getting me out of here, and I'm going to have my own apartment space. I want to try to do more IRL streams. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to do that. It's also kind of nice being able to stream from home, because then it's like, hey, like I have like, my own space. I can get water easily. I can use the bathroom. I'm not out in public. So there's things I can't do on stream, but there's also things you can't really do out in public, but you can also do on stream. So there's things that you can do on stream, but you wouldn't do them out in public. Like being able to talk about, things without worrying about other people overhearing or bothering people. Like there's things that you can do at home that you can't really do out in public. So it's nice to be able to stream from home. I want to do more IRL streaming and going out with the hotspot. I don't want to waste my money because I'm spending money on that hotspot, but I'm not using it. Yeah, and we're just like slowly just, like throughout the day, throughout this stream, we're going to be getting some workout. Okay, just like step up, step down. And then you can alternate legs. So we're going to left. Okay, and then right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And then we that's like a little bit of a mini circuit. And we're going to have so much energy. Holy shit. I should probably not have had this. I already had one earlier, like a couple hours ago. But it's okay because we're working it off. Like all that extra caffeine, all that extra energy, we got to drink plenty of water, and we got to work it off. Yeah, you redeemed hydrate. I need to drink some water. Today a brothel, tomorrow a brothel, yesterday a brothel. And by the way, is my sound okay? Am I talking too loudly? Is everything fine? Like, is the sound fine? I got like my my lapel mic here. I think it's better than using the phone mic. I do think it drains more battery. But whatever. I also might be streaming too much bit rate. I don't actually think the bit rate's fine. It's higher quality video, right? But it's like streaming the bit rate to the computer. Okay, we need to get some water. Pure water. The power of pure water. Unleash the power of pure water. We haven't even finished my oatmeal. We ate about half of it. It's got a lot of energy in it. I put peanut butter in it. And it's oatmeal. Oatmeal is pretty powerful. You don't have to go to crazy lengths to get good nutrition. You can just get like oatmeal and peanut butter. You can get some collagen powder. I usually put that in my oatmeal, but I started putting it in that spirulina drink that I made. I call it my homemade energy drink. It's spirulina, L-theanine, electrolytes, and guarana powder. So it's like, that's like caffeine. Guarana is in Monster Energy drink. Now it doesn't have like taurine and all that other stuff, but I call it healthy because it doesn't have all the extra stuff. It's not an insane amount of caffeine. It's basically like 1 gram of guarana is like 2 cups of coffee, and it kind of digests like slower. It also has theobromine, which like in guarana, like which kind of it's the feel good stuff that's in. I think it's a hormone. Yeah, it's like a feel good hormone that's in chocolate. There's various systems in your body that are hormones. There's like insulin. There's like these other hormones that are like responsible for different things. There's obviously estrogen and testosterone. There's all sorts of hormones in your body. They're basically just telling your nerves, like your cells in your body, what to do, to like release certain chemicals or to like do something. Cortisol is a hormone, right? It's a stress hormone. It tells your body that it needs to do something. That's why when you're in fight or flight, when you're actually in danger, you need that because it pushes your body to be able to take action. If you're always in that mode, like me, because I'm in a stressful environment, a stressful long-term life situation where I feel hopeless, you're going to get huge health problems and stress-related mental illness. Okay, so like if you have cortisol all the time because you're stressed out all the time, then you need to try to change your life. Okay, which is what I've been trying to do. That's why I have like a team of people. Some things take a lot longer to change than others, but the goal is, the idea is that you basically need to do something to change the situation. And yeah, there's things I can do, like right now, doing some fitness. Okay, let's do another series of stair climbs. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we did it. Okay, now I'm gonna do some kettle swings. Okay, 15 pounds, basically. Yeah, you want to have it like, it feels good. Like I can feel it in my back. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, you want to keep your back, I guess, kind of neutral. You don't want to like hunch over or anything like that. Ah. Okay, you gotta be careful with the. It's... Okay, now do some goblet squats. Okay, yeah, I gotta be careful. This bikini is a little bit dangerous. Okay, I already did squats. Okay, and then you do things where it's like, I think you can lean up against something and you just like lift these up. Okay, and then switch. Okay. Okay, you don't need to do too many. That's already like building up like a bit of a heart rate. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now stay hydrated. Okay. Yeah, how you doing, chat? You can follow along if you like. I'm just trying to get through the depression. Okay. You know, hopefully over the next like 6 months, I can get, you know, kind of fix out like kind of these like little like kind of sloppy things. Like there's just some sloppy stuff. Like on my like just some stuff that's like kind of hanging out a little bit too much. Okay, it's not crazy, but it's just like I would like things to be like a lot more, you know, kind of like more balanced. Not like thinner. I don't want to be thin. I like being kind of thick. But everything should not be like kind of like sloppy. You know, like it needs to be kind of more like taut. You know, like needs to be more kind of tight and stuff. And like bouncy. Bouncy in a good way. Not floppy. You know, like I want things bouncy, not floppy. That's basically the idea. Yeah, just kind of keep my heart rate up. Yeah, I can, you know, should do this for like a while. Sometimes it's like, yeah, you do something for 30 seconds. But like if you climb staircase for like 15 minutes, like it's pretty solid. And you want to have when you swing your arms, you want to move, every time you move a leg, forward, you do the opposite arm. So it's like left is right, and then left, right, left. Yeah, and so like if I switch to right, then it's left. Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't really matter about alternating too much, I don't think. Well, kind of, because it means you're lifting up with one more than others. So it's like you kind of want to switch. It's crazy what you can do with just a step stool. Like, you don't have to spend a ton of money, chat. Like, you guys can just make do with what you got, and then you show us what you got. You can just make do with what you got. Love the one you're with. Love the one you're with. Okay. Yeah, see, like I got like some love handles, okay? Like I want to make things a little bit tighter. So over the 6 months, I need to track my progress. I would like to be a lot more tighter. Like things should be a lot more, like, kind of in their place rather than flopping around and stuff. That's kind of my goal. That's how you know that you're like maintaining a healthy okay. That's how you know you're maintaining like a healthy baseline. Is like do 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 boo do 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 do. That's how you know you're maintaining a healthy baseline. Okay. Oh, but okay. Oh, working up a sweat. That's good. Drink plenty of water. Yeah, sip your water, don't chug it. I might fuck my ex. Not the best idea. I might fuck my ex. Not the best idea. Okay, it's been 4 minutes that we've been doing this. Well, we've been doing more than that since I started the stream, but like I should be able to do like 15 minutes without stopping. I was just doing staircase climbs. A lot of people can't even do 5 minutes of
highlight $775. Well, beautiful.
Hi, Life. How you doing? We're doing some stair climbing. You want to join me? You want to climb? You want to get up? Yeah, get up with me.
YouTube. Thai fly, is that going to be live streamed long?
What? Have everybody try to follow along with me? You guys wouldn't last 2 minutes doing this.
Highlight $775. Be good.
Yeah, like.
YouTube. Highlight $775. Yes.
Yeah, if you guys can follow along with me, you're doing something right. Make sure to stay hydrated. If you feel extremely uncomfortable, I want you to stop. You should not be trying to follow along with me if you're not at the same physical level. You want to start where you're at. Okay, so don't don't follow along with me unless you can keep up. Because a lot of the times people push themselves way past where their limit is. Which in like short little teeny tiny bursts is okay.
YouTube. Thai fly wouldn't last 2 minutes the first time, but let me recover.
Yeah, maybe you only last like 5 seconds. And then you last 10 seconds. And then you last 30 seconds. And then you last 30 minutes. Wait. Yeah, the key is not to tease yourself by going right to the edge and then slowing down. You want to go all the way to finish.
Dollar highlight $775 music videos.
Music videos? That would be cool if I had a professional team to shoot some music videos and to write music and to train me how to sing properly. See, I guess I'm like, I need some practice with singing, but I need some coaching. Especially because like I don't really sing in female resonance very well.
YouTube. Dollar highlight $775. Dancing dancer women with bunny ears. Man dancing women with bunny ears. YouTube. Thai fly edging is no good. See it through.
Yeah, you want to see it through, but then you do it more often. You don't want to edge case your workout. You want to finish, and you do it like 10 times a day. And then after, if you keep doing that, you build up an endurance, and you don't need to edge anymore. A lot of people, they ruin their workout by always like, you know, never pushing themselves to the finish.
YouTube. Dollar highlight $775. So beautiful, so amazing.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, we've been going 8 minutes. 7 more minutes. We're about halfway through this 15-minute endurance. Imagine climbing a staircase for 15 minutes. That's what we're doing. And also, I kind of have like this nightmare scenario. Imagine if you had to climb a staircase all the way to the International Space Station. It's about 30 to 40 hours of straight up climbing, okay? Imagine you have to carry in your backpack every single supply you need, and you can only rest as much as your food lasts. So you have to like, and you're completely isolated, you have no contact with the outside world. You would lose your mind, especially with the like extreme monotony of just climbing step after step after step. Okay, so step after step after step, all you're doing is going forward up the staircase for like 40 hours straight. I think it's actually like, you know, actually women do endurance better without burning as much calories. Because men burn more calories, which is good for short bursts. Because, you know, men can like do like really intense activity, but it requires more energy. That's why men eat so much. That's why, you know, don't let anybody judge you for eating more than women, okay? Like, women might judge you for eating too much, but you're a man. If you're a man, you need that extra energy because you're male. Okay, because you burn more, because testosterone and all that stuff. So don't ever let anybody shame you for eating more than women, because women need to eat less in order to burn the same amount of calories, like in order to use the same amount of like relative energy or whatever. So like I did some deep research on this. Like women would be more suited for this activity of carrying, you have to carry macadamia nuts. It is the absolute most efficient by weight of protein and carbohydrates and fat without giving you diarrhea or any other kind of gastrointestinal problem. So you want to carry macadamia nut, ideally like individual like little packets of like freeze dried or like paste or whatever. And then you have like, you know, some emergency supplies, you have water, and you have to ration everything. You basically have to be like military level rationing, okay? Like, like you'd have to be crazy. And you would go and completely insane. Like you would actually lose your mind. You probably wouldn't even finish. Now, if you had like a comm system, you had the ability to talk to people, that would be different. Because it's the pure isolation that really gets you. Thinking that you're actually like in some kind of, you'd go into complete psychosis. You wouldn't remember what you're doing. You wouldn't remember why you're there. You would start to think and believe that you're in hell, or that people are like experimenting on you or some shit. Like if you had zero contact, you would absolutely like lose your mind. Now, if you had like some kind of like earpiece that like allowed people to talk to you, and you could talk back with them, you could like talk to your loved ones, you could talk to your friends, you talk to like, you know, the command center or whatever. It would still be an insane physical feat, but that's like, you know, that's short term, you know. It's the complete isolation that would really get you. The monotony, yeah, that would be bad, but with the ability to talk to people, that's why I'm streaming to you guys, chat. Like I might go completely insane if I'm just by myself all the time. Yeah, because I haven't already gone completely insane. Yeah, so like having you guys talk to me is keeping me sane. Because it's some kind of contact. I mean, to be honest, like I have regular contact with the outside world. Okay, like I'm able to go out in public and see that people underestimate like exactly what isolation means. As you could stay home most of the time, but if you have like some form of entertainment, you get like at least like this little bit of like chemical release that tells you that you're not alone, even if you're just like watching TV. Because then you can pretend that the people in your mind, you might go crazy, but you're not as crazy as if you didn't have it. Like your mind will start to try to get as much as possible from what's available. This is why people develop like parasocial stuff on Twitch. Is because sometimes when you're extremely isolated, you'll start to try to look for connection in whatever way you possibly can. And so like a lot of people go to Twitch because it's like, hey, I may not be able to talk to my friends. People did this especially during COVID. You may not be able to talk to people, but you can kind of pretend that you're talking to people. And it keeps you from going insane. I know it might make you feel like you're going crazy, like there's something wrong with you, but it means you're healthy. Now, you should probably try to find a better way to fulfill that because it'll never be enough. But just remember that like every single step you take is trying to keep you healthy. Just like when you're climbing the stairs, every single step is a step towards success. Every single step up this step stool, up the staircase, every single step is moving you towards your fitness goals. Every single step you take is moving you towards your life goals. And so like, yeah, you might notice that if you watch a lot of Twitch or a lot of YouTube or whatever, there's a need that you're not having filled. Is that your brain is trying to find the whatever it possibly can to feel like it's not alone. Even if it just means watching a TV show. Because it makes you feel like there's other people in the room with you. And yeah, like you know, hopefully you understand they're not real. But it's still better than being completely isolated, where there's nothing even remotely reminding you of other humans. So like, you know, like I said, if you had contact with the outside world, this would be a very different scenario. But like, imagine if you just had to climb for like 20 hours a day. I think it's like, Actually, I think I underestimate. It's not 30 hours of climbing. It's like at least 75 hours of climbing. So it would take like it would take a while. Actually, no, it was like no, it was like 300 hours of climbing. I forgot how much it was. I need to research it again. I just like to come up with these nightmare scenarios. Like, how would you absolutely like psychologically break somebody? I like that. I like thinking about stuff like that. Like, so it makes me feel like a little bit stronger because I'm like, oh well, I'm definitely not at that point. So that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Because it's like, if I was truly mentally broken, you know, I'm nowhere near that point. Because I'm not completely 100% isolated. Even though I'm in a small space and I'm pretty devastated with my situation. But I have help. And you know, like there's some kind of hope. There's people helping me. There's people fighting for me. There's people looking for options. I didn't have that before. I assembled the team of Avengers, okay? Like, I'm making things happen. All right, I'm getting sweaty. Yeah, we got to keep the sweat up because I drank a lot of caffeine. I need to drink plenty of water, but we need to make sure to work all that caffeine off. Okay, we cannot let this. You know, now I'm committed. You know, because if I just like, you know, stop right now, for example, all that extra caffeine is you're gonna have nowhere to go. So you got to kind of like work it off. I feel like Resident Evil, like when you step up the stairs and you step down the stairs. Turn around. Oh, I'm getting really sweaty. I turned off the fan so it doesn't drown out the microphone. But it's okay. You know, the sweat is good. Actually, it's better for your body if you're not too. You know, I mean, obviously, you don't want to be too hot. But it's actually good for your muscles and stuff if you're at a higher temperature. And we don't have to worry too much. I'm wearing a swimsuit. You know, I'm not getting, you know, all the sweat is getting kind of, it's all kind of, I mean, obviously I could always just wash. I mean, I'm going to have to wash these anyway, but like, you know, swimsuit kind of nice because it's like, it's designed to get wet. You know, we could even take a cold shower. So let's I gotta take off the lav mic. But yeah, we can take a cold shower. Okay, I gotta take the socks off and the lav mic off. Yeah, we can get. Don't want to break this. Okay. Pull ourselves off. Oh. god, that was actually really satisfying. Holy shit. Holy shit, that was really necessary. Holy shit, that was really necessary. Holy shit, that was crazy. Hope they don't break the microphone. Okay. Let's put the socks back on. Yeah, that really cooled me off. This is why we're wearing the swimsuit, chat. Because now we can really get a solid workout. We can cool ourselves off really quickly. Like all that kind of stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little wet. Oh, that feels so much better. Cool myself off and get right back to stair climbing. Let's do some kettlebell swings. I think we're just going to start out simple with just doing the swings, because I think just getting myself used to the weight. This is like the main workout. I don't know exactly if I'm having the right form here. Like you're basically like, you gotta move your like hip flexors or something like that. Like it's something. I hope I'm not doing this. I'm gonna have to like watch YouTube more in order to get the right form for that. I don't want to injure myself. I think I was doing okay. I was like maybe not perfect, but